And our artist for this week was renowned for always putting his best foot forward, especially when he needed to step up to the plate.
Born on July 15, 1953 in Onyuwe, Benue State, Nigeria. He is a professor of theater for development, a tireless, prolific theater activist whose work focuses on creating dramas based on the everyday lives of ordinary people. In his work, he aims for a creative, aesthetic, empowering theater practice, drawing on masquerade and dance. President of the Nigerian Popular Theater Alliance since 1989 and Fellow of the Chicago Humanities Institute. His books include Performing Life, Case Studies in the Practice of Theater for Development.
Capoeira, an Afro-Brazilian martial art movement, attracts thousands of foreign students and tourists to Brazil. But they are not the only ones keeping this culture alive. It has also moved to the American continent. Art House was at one of those sessions.
So, I heard about a place where there's capoeira from Brazil and martial arts from Asia. So, we're gonna check that out. Real great stuff.
The ride takes us through restaurants, cafes, and art centers till we get to our destination.
Well, here we are.
U Street in Northwest Washington, D.C. The neighbors are all too familiar with the sounds coming from this building with the Kung Fu signage. But take a closer look, and one can notice the universal capoeira letters underneath. Capoeira is an active exporter of Brazilian culture all over the world. Today, it has found its way into the United States of America. It's produced by a handful of people, joined by an Asian tradition. This is the Capoeira Center, where values from the slave trade era are preserved. Acrobatics, dance, and music is what the classes entail. The group gets into mood with this opening act, letting the instruments spice things. Dale Marceline is the leader of the class, who has been a follower of this art for decades. The search for inner peace led him on a quest. The discovery is capoeira, and he has been hooked ever since.
Yeah, bonito, go slow, devagar. I like to see my students come here, or my friends, whatever. They come with, bad energy from work, they down. But when we start playing music and, turn on this music and their spirit uplift.
Unknown to many, Dale mentions the true origin of this art form, although history has gifted Brazil as its mother.
I liked the capoeira because I could identify with it, you know what I mean? I know it was an African martial art, so when I learned more about it, and I know that when I learned the history that it originated in Africa, then I gravitated to more. It made me feel proud to be black or African American because, I know that, the Africans gave some kind of contribution to the world. We just didn't come here as slaves and we don't have no culture, we don't have nothing. So this is one of the reasons why I fell in love with capoeira.
For members here, capoeira provides an escape from the worries of the world.
It really lifts my spirit to come here and play music for an hour and sing these beautiful songs, and learn about this beautiful game, martial art. And for me, the martial art component is more difficult to absorb. I love to play, and I enjoy that a lot. So it's a wonderful thing to learn, to be able to spar with someone in a way, to play and to be awake and to think about what's coming next. That's been a really beautiful thing to learn.
What about the instruments used to turn out the sound? Each has a unique mission.
And the instrument that I have is called a berimbau, or a musical bow. This instrument is found all over Africa. It's played many different ways. Even in Asia, you can find this instrument played in different ways. And when you look at this instrument and we start to seeing it in different places in the world, I get to thinking and start to realizing that, you know, we all one people, we all connected. You know, when you look at the instruments from Asia to Africa and Latin America and other places in the world, you can see that we are one people. You know, you can see that all it originated out of Africa. We just went about, you know.
Yeah, step up and bow. Yeah. Okay, now put your body in this position. Everybody. Yeah.
Culture is a strong part of people's lives, as it has a great influence on their fears, hopes, values, and views, which is why the group connects with Capoeira with the belief that it will set them on a path that will return them to innocence.
Yeah, Jinga, step up.